Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today's our topic is the nanomedicines. The use of the nanomedicines in the health and the diseases. Nanomedicines. As it is shown by the name, the nanomedicines are formed by the use of the nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is the formation of the different types of nanomaterials that is very important in that get the very importance nowadays. And these nanomaterials are used worldwide for different purposes. One of them purpose is the formation of the medicines. These nanoparticles, if used for the production of the different types of medicines, for the delivery of different types of drugs, and for the different types of diagnosis of different diseases, then or for the treatment of different diseases, these are called as the wide area of the nanomedicine. Nanomedicine are very important nowadays, as it is shown by the name. But first of all, we know about what is mean by the nano. The matter used at the nanoscale level is called as the nanomolecules, the nanomaterials. 1 to 100 nanometers materials are nanomaterials. Used for nanomedicine purposes are called as the nanomaterials, and they are used at very. Nanomedicines involves the application of nanotechnology to medicine. Nanomedicine is an emerging field comprising of diagnosis, therapeutics, prophylaxis, and understanding of the molecular basis of the human body. It also covers the diagnostics and therapy and the nanopharmaceutics. First of all, how they are used in the diagnosis. How can they be employed in diagnosis of different diseases? Nano structures of different types, which are 1 to 100 nanometer in their diameter, are used or employed in different nano diagnostic tools. They are used as employed as the nanodiagnostic tools. Different nanostructures, which comprises of the 1 to 100 nanometer in diameter, are used for the diagnosis of different types of diseases. For diagnostic purposes, they are used as the crystalline lattices, which are less than 1 nanometer, 0.1 nanometer to, which are ranges from 0.1 nanometer to 1 nanometer in the narrow range. They are the very small molecules atoms, DNA bases, which are used for the different type of purposes. Then the carbon nanotubes, carbon nanotubes, second one is the carbon nanotubes that are formed, which are also used for the diagnostics of DNA, RNA, proteins, structures, finding. They are ranging from 1 nanometer to 10 nanometer in diameter. From 1 nanometer to 5 nanometer in their diameter. Carbon nanotubes. They can be used for the scanning purposes of different types of antibodies, antibody scanning. Then the third one is the use of quantum dots, that is from 5 nanometer diameter to 10 nanometer diameter. This is used for different type of diagnosis of DNA, RNA, ribosomes, scanning probes as a scanning probes as scanning probes. Then the next one is gates of transistors that is used from 10 to 100 nanometer, and these are the different types of diagnosis of different types of genes. Then afterwards, the different micro eras, microsystems, for the diagnosis of the bacteria, chromosomes, and different types of animal cells. Microsystems mean DNA. Micro era is most common and its dimension is from 100 micrometer, 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer. In vitro diagnostics involves the use of material to detect biochemical changes, activities, and the concentration of the specific substance that is present in the biological solution. Also, a single biosensor or an integrated device containing many biosensors can detect the presence of biochemical changes and convert it into a biochemical signal. A transducer converts this biochemical signal into a quantifiable signals. The quantifiable signal now will reflect the concentration or activity of the substance in the biological solutions. Nanomaterials used for this purpose include metallic nanoparticles, quantum dots, silica nanospheres, magnetic nanoparticles, and DNA protein nanoparticle conjugates that is used for the purpose of the different types of diagnostics, as I shown in the different materials. Metallic nanoparticles. What are they are doing? Metallic nanoparticles. First of all, we are knowing about the metallic nanoparticles. Doing. The gold nanoparticles are widely used due to the non-toxicity, high biocompatibility, low non-specific binding in control cells, broad-based optical properties. The gold nanoparticles are mostly used as the metallic nanoparticles for the diagnostic tool. The application of metallic nanoparticles are: gold nanoparticles are used as a suitable stain for samples, tissue samples, with poor contrast in transmission electron microscopy because of its strong electron absorbing properties. Gold nanoparticles are used in immunostaining because of its small size and the ability to specifically combine with the antibodies. So the gold nanoparticles are used for the amino acids, different types of amino acids, for the identification of the any type of antibodies which is present in the sample, and they bind with the antibodies. Gold and other metals exhibit surface plasmon response under specific wavelengths. This feature allows them to combine with the fluorimetry or absorption spectroscopy for the imaging. Nanoparticles, particularly gold, are used as a color marker in rapid tests such as the different types of kits. Metallic nanoparticles produce signals, making them suitable for the surface enhanced spectroscopy. Is used for the biomarkers for the detection of the different types of bacillus spores. If the presence of any type of bacteria is present in the, then gold nanoparticles can be used as a biomarker for the detection of that bacteria present in the samples. Gold nanoparticle is used in the detection of the amyloid-derived diffusible reagents, which can be related to different types of diseases like the viruses, influenza virus strains, ultra-sensitive detection of the HIV, antigen hybrid, different types of, they are specifically designed for the diagnosis of different types of DNA, RNA, miRNA, and polymorphisms, which is specific for the different types of different specific diseases. So they are very important. Metallic nanoparticles are very important for the diagnosis of different types of diseases, and they can be easily detectable as compared to the other sensitive assays. This is the most important assay. Second one is the quantum dots. What is the use of the quantum dots? What is the use of the quantum dots? The quantum dots are teeny particles, nanocrystals of a semiconductor that are in the range of 2 to 10 nanometers. Quantum dots are teeny particles of nanocrystals of a semiconductor that is in range from 2 to 10 nanometer in diameter, proportional to almost 50 atoms. They proportional to up to 50 atoms. They possess optoelectronic properties and can emit light of specific frequency when excited by the light or the electricity. The color produced is dependent on the size of the particle which is diagnosed. Small dots emit blue or green, while green light. Small dots produces, in case of quantum dots, the small dots which is produced by depending upon the concentration present of the particle, size of the particle. These are produces the different types of dots, as it is small dots or the large dots. The small dots are maybe blue or green in color, and the large dots are white in color, emit orange or red light. Large dots produce the red or orange light. Small dots and large dots. It produces blue or green color of light, and it produces red or orange color of light. Okay, then they are used for the quantum dots application is for the detection of the cancerous cells, the malignant cells, and they are used for the antibody labeling. They are used for the genotyping, multiplex diagnostics, specific for the DNA sequence, imaging cellular structures, amino acids, detection of pathogenic microorganisms, and inorganic fluorophores present within the samples. Quantum dots are used widely for the antibody labeling. First of all is for the antibody labeling is used for the antibody labeling, for genotyping, multiplexed diagnostics, antibody labeling, DNA sequencing, amino acids, detection of different pathogenic microorganisms, detection of different pathogenic microorganisms, and inorganic fluorophores. These are about the use of the quantum dots for the diagnostic as a diagnostic tool in nanomedicine. Third one is the silica nanosphere. Third one is the silica nanospheres. The silica nanospheres. Silica nanoparticles possess biocompatibility, low toxicity, controllable size and shape. These properties make silica nanoparticles important in nanotechnology. The application of silica and multifunctional silica nanoparticles include bioimaging or molecular imaging, ultrasensitive signal bacterium detection, DNA and microarray detection, and the barcoding signatures. Silica nanospheres are used for as a diagnostic tool in case of bacterium detection, bioimaging, DNA, micro era, barcoding, signatures. 4 different barcoding signatures. Then after the silica, the next one is the magnetic nanoparticles. These are also used. Magnetic nanoparticles are also used for the diagnostic purposes by means of magnetic field. These are consist of two components: magnetic materials, for example the iron, nickel, cobalt, and a chemical component. Magnetic nanoparticles show supramagnetism. Also, the physical and chemical properties depends upon the method of the formation of in vitro or in vivo applications. They include the biosuppressions. They use for the biosuppression of different molecules, selection and detection of the different types of bacteria present with for the magnetic amino acid for as a biosensors, catalysis, and the cancer detection of the cancerous cells present within the body. Magnetic nanoparticles are also very important for the detection of different types of tumors or different types of the cancerous cells or pathogenic cells present within the body. Then next one is the carbon nanotubes. Carbon nanotubes. Carbon nanotubes, they are cylindrical nanostructures that possess optical, electrical, mechanical, and the thermal conductivity properties. Carbon nanotubes are nanopores, can detect a single molecule when this passes through the tube or pore, which is dependent on the change of the ionic current of the electrolyte solution containing the molecule of interest, which results in a change of the electrical current. These are used for the different types of drugs, biosensors, antibodies, genes, and the vaccines. Through their toxicity is a major concern. Different types of the drugs, genes developed, antibodies formed, and different types of biosensors or vaccines are diagnosed or can be checked by using this type of the carbon nanotubes. So they are also very important types of carbon nanotubes. Then the silica nanowires or the molecular nanowires. Silica containing nanowires are formed from silicon, while molecular nanowires are made up of the different repeating units of the DNA or magnesium based sub-nanometer diameter nanowires. These are very important for the detection of the different types of viruses and the biomarkers and the DNA present within the molecules. Then the nanofluids. Next one is the nanofluids. Nanofluids is the study of the different types of fluids that are confined to nanostructures. Nanostructures contain the small size of the fluid channels. Hence, they are used when samples are required in very small quantities, such as for the counting. Nanofluids are applied in areas including the analytical separation of different molecules, determination of the different types of proteins and DNA present, and the prospect of nanofluids is in the integration of the different microfluidic systems for the as a cheap devices for the PCR assay. Then next is the use of the nanomedicines in different types of therapeutics as a therapeutics. How can nanomedicines be used as a therapeutics? Nanotechnology has made it possible for drugs to be delivered directly to the target pathological sites with the use of the nanoparticles. This has optimized therapeutic efficacy, elimination of the drug resistance, reduction of the unwanted side effects and the toxicity. So nowadays the nano materials are used for the delivery of different types of drugs at their specific positions. Classes of drug delivery systems include the water soluble polymers, emulsions, different types of emulsions which is formed by the oil droplets stabilized by the amphiphilic structures, coatings, surface coatings, nanospheres, different types of the formation of the liposomes, vesicles, which bilayer was similar to the normal cell wall, and the polymeric mycelium formation. These all are the types of different types of the formation of different types of materials which is used as the therapeutics. Different drugs can be delivered by using these nanoparticles, nanospheres. First one is the nanospheres. Second one is the liposomes, nanocapsules, formation of different types of mycelium at the nanoscale, nano conjugated linear polymers, dendrimers. These are the different applications of the nanomedicines as a therapeutics for the delivery of the different types of the drugs. They can be trapped in the nanospheres. They can be trapped in the liposomes for the lipid bilayer, which is of lipid bilayer. And the drug is trapped into this liposome. In the nanocapsules, there are different types of the drug and DNA is entrapped into the nanocapsules, and they can be delivered at the specific site of their use. Then the different types of mycelium formation, in which the lipophilic drugs interact by the hydrophilic outer regions, and they can be easily delivered at their specific sites. In case of nanoconjugates or linear polymers, the drug is entrapped into the conjugated with the different types of linear polymers, and it is delivered at the specific site. In case of different types of dendrimers, the drug is encapsulated on the dendrimers and it is easily available at their specific sites. Many types of the drugs, by using this, many of the pharmaceuticals are formed. Albumin based different types of drugs are formed by using these systems, and it is used for the treatment of the different cancers, breast cancer, lung cancer or pancreatic cancers. Many type of the encased liposomal drugs like Doxil is used for the cure of the HIV, for ovarian cancer and multiple myeloma. And many of the other drugs, by using these different systems, can be formed and used for the treatment of different types of bacterial infections, for the different types of surgeries like cataract surgery, dry eye disease. They are used for treating of the different types of inflammations or different types of therapies like the therapy for the skin cancer. They are formed and used easily. So this nanomedicine has a wide range of application in the field of medicine and also in the field of diagnosis and therapy. These nanomedicines are very important nowadays because they are non-toxic, they are biocompatible, and they can be very effective as compared to the other traditional drugs. Thank you so very much, students. If you have any questions regarding this lecture about the nanomedicines, you can approach me on WhatsApp group, either on the my email address or by putting the comments in the comment section of the YouTube channels. Thank you so very much. Allah Hafiz.